shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Third and long for Bridgewater. He's going to try and go deep again. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Play of the half, it's Lynch looking deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nickel Roby. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. And they're going to go soft on the corners.
Let's go. Play 90.
Play action now. Bridgewater. He hits Beasley right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Second down, Bridgewater. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. 20! And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And eventually stopped just shy of the goal line right around the 2. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Shift together here from the D-line. On the sneak, it's Bridgewater. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Okay, got him halfway there. You don't see the sneak all that often from the 2-yard line because you don't.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Teddy Bridgewater with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. And he knocks it through. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in Q3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And the connection made to Terrell Pryor. 22 yards on the pickup there. And that leads to a New Orleans first down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
And now Lynch. Caught Eifert over the middle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
On second down, here's Lynch. And a hook up over the middle to Pryor. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on third.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
And this is caught by Jackson. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Tyler Eifert, his second touchdown on the season. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. What a great weapon. So often, such a big mismatch.
And there's no route he can't run. You name it, he's going to do it. And he's a matchup nightmare for the defense. No matter who they put on him, he's going to win the battle.
Forbat to send it away now following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Packers get set to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. A second down throw for Bridgewater. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
The pitch to Henry. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. A stop made by Kamal Ishmael.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. Play fake. Bridgewater. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kamal Ishmael. And his guys are going to have the football back as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. And a great spot to start this drive from here. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Lynch on 1st down. They set up the screen for Henry. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Henry, the lone man in the backfield. On 2nd down, Lynch. Finding time. Jackson's got it over the middle. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker. They were full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key 1st down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll toss it to Henry. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the 2nd half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit, try it that way.
No. Check, Patriot.
Lynch looking to throw on 2nd. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play. It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So a bullet dodge there defensively. They surrender excellent field position on the kick return, but it winds up not costing them a thing.
And that's a tough sequence of events from an offensive perspective. The inability to get first downs leads to the field goal try. And the inability to cash that in leads to nothing on the scoreboard.
They'll run. This is Hunt. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line. Granted, more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when you're running back and catch the ball as well, that can only help your offense.
He's got time in the pocket, escaping the pressure right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
It's a pickup of 19. And that leads to a New Orleans first down. Time starting to run out here in the fourth. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. Now a play fake here on first down. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And now off to the races down the right side. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So the offense has it, 6-yard line, first and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Just keep the ball on the ground. Do a little pounding. Chew up some clock. If they can get it in, that might be enough to get them home. And if not, the clock is definitely their friend.
And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So 2nd and goal here from the 9. They'll run it here with Hunt. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? And
the Saints signal for another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So barring something extraordinary, something crazy here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Brandon, this will be a great win for him. The better team's going to win this game, no question about it.
And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And there they went crossing route against his own defense. What do you think of that?
It takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective. And,
Charles, in this situation, this is where the word miracle comes into play.
Have to score real fast, maybe throw a jump ball in the end zone and hope for the best.
And now Lynch. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Nikel Roby. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. Getting down to the end here, they have a two-score lead. Barely, but it's a two-score lead, so that probably makes you as a coach feel a lot more comfortable right now, doesn't it, Charles?
It does, but it doesn't mean now you go out and run option or some kind of wild double.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Packers. Akeem Hunt with his second TD of the game, his sixth on the year. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. On second down, here's Lynch. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. On 3rd down, Lynch. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They'll wind up losing 11 on the play. In there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take...